It is July 2nd, 2018. This is the Wrestling Inc. podcast. I'm Glenn Rubenstein, joined by a returning Raj Giri. Mr. Matt Morgan should be along shortly. And we're talking about Monday Night Raw. One more episode to go until Extreme Rules. Tonight, set some things in motion. We actually have one Extreme Rules match set for the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. But that aside, not the most eventful Raw. However, there's lots of other stuff to discuss that happened this week. An update on Shinsuke Nakamura's dog bite injury. Bray Wyatt was in a car accident over the weekend. Ruby Riott was injured, and Tough Enough winner Matt Cappotelli passed away. So we've got a lot of stuff to cover. Let's start with Raj. Welcome back, man. You were on vacation last week.
Yeah. I wish I would have stayed a few more days so I could have missed this show. It was in Spain. It was awesome, but I still haven't gotten over the jet lag, but I'm working on it.
No, I bet, man. I bet. So we were talking about this before the show started. Glow Season 2 dropped on Netflix this past weekend, speaking of wrestling-related entertainment, and you watched the first episode.
Yes, I did, and it was really good. So
can you guys hear me?
We can indeed. Matt Morgan, how's it going?
You see this kid?
Yes.
Good night. All right. Sorry, guys. Ready? I know you guys are already on.
Yeah. Just started.
Yeah, so what'd you think of Raw tonight, Matt?
I liked it. Bobby's acting was horrendous, but there was a little bit of gleam of heel in him at the end, which I appreciated the direction, at least.
Yeah.
I guess.
What about the rest of it, though?
The rest of it was horrible, and they actually managed to make Dr. Shelby, you know what I mean? Not okay to watch.
Anyone with fond memories of the Team Hell No segments probably second guessing it now.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn up my volume.
Yeah, kind of a tough show. So opening tonight, we started. We were in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and they opened with a package of highlights from last week. Out came Roman Reigns, and man, started talking trash about Bobby Lashley. Oh, we started talking trash about Bobby Lashley last week. Their tag match, Kurt Angle came out, talked about that they should do a tag rematch, and Roman said, "No, I want Bobby one-on-one," or calling him Bob, which was interesting, and setting up stuff for them later in the night. But out came Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, getting into it with Roman on the mic, getting into it, attacking him. Seth Rollins came out for a save, and setting up, we're going to have Ziggler versus Seth Rollins in a 30-minute Iron Man match at Extreme Rules?
Yep.
So
that was announced today. Yeah, that'll be good.
That'll be really good.
Yeah.
The segment just went on really, really long. This was a Roman-heavy show. I feel like they really pulled back on him in recent weeks, and there was a whole lot of Roman to him.
There was, two matches and the opening segment, a long opening segment. That being said, I thought the best thing on the show was his match, him and Rollins against Drew and Dolph. I thought that match was really good, but then it had a crap finish. Crap finishes kind of all across the show tonight.
But at least it was top guys getting some action.
Yeah.
Only saving grace, I guess.
Yeah. But
good on the Revival, doing something, right? Yes. Who would have thought, though? Of all the different ways you could have seen to use the Revival on the main roster, Matt, is this what you had in mind?
I'll take this and run. Are you shitting me? With what they've done to them? Yes. This is Christmas Day versus what this once was and where this was headed with them.
Yeah. You've got Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, Elias. They're doing nothing with these guys, and you got Roman out there for basically an hour on this show. I think you get get rid of one of those matches. You could have done it next week. You didn't really have to have the second. It wasn't like a great story was told that they injured Roman so bad that No,
but they just needed a story with him being selfish again, though. That they did need a match with him trying to pull that Superman shit, though. They needed to have that.
Yeah, so they could have done just that match.
That would have, because the guys mauled him, right? So it could have been, that's true.
Yeah, well, before that, we had Matt Hardy and Curtis Axel. So Bray Wyatt was in a car accident over the weekend. Not mentioned on the air, but he is injured, and they did confirm that. So they're setting it up, for the Deleter Worlds and the B Team for the titles, the Raw Tag Team titles at Extreme Rules. What did you think of Matt Hardy versus Curtis Axel tonight, Matt?
The report I heard is Bray's injured.
That's what they said, but they didn't.
So I don't know how he's going to be back in time for his tag match in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they haven't axed it yet. He was in a car accident on Friday. He sustained multiple injuries. I guess he was on the way to the airport, and he was involved in a head-on auto collision. His car was totaled. He was went to the hospital. He's been released, but he was pulled from the live events this past weekend. Obviously, tonight's Raw, and this upcoming weekend's live events.
If it's concussion, sounds like it would be at least concussion, right? And if it's concussion, don't they have like a X amount of weeks protocol?
Yeah, they do. I mean, they do the impact testing, right? I don't know how, if they would fly him out right away for that. It said multiple injuries, so.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's cuts or what, but he told TMZ, "I'm going to live through it because I can't die." So he's
nice.
He's in good spirits.
This segment didn't do much for me, I continue to like anything, I like Matt. I like Matt as a friend. This is where it gets hard to watch your friends, you know what I mean, do their stuff because you want the best for them, right? And then the job on the show is to give them your grade on what you thought of the match from a third-party perspective, right? That's not supposed to be emotionally invested in them in real life, right? Just in their characters and storylines. So it makes it tough at times, like with someone like Matt, who I know is busting his ass to make anything work with what they've done with his shtick, right? His gimmick. But they worked hard. They're making the most out of that damn B team. I'll give them that. But this is not something that I'm saying, I can't wait to watch this weekend. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the tag titles. If they lose the tag titles and the B team wins the tag titles, I'll be excited for all of 30 seconds because no one would have expected that.
Yeah. Sure.
But it wouldn't be what it normally would be if there was a huge upset and a world title picture win. Right. You know what I mean? It lasts 30 seconds for me.
Right. I mean, the tag division's pretty much crap right now. So
it is.
It's we're at where we're at. I think, I kind of feel like Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel have been outshining Bray and Matt lately. Yes. And it's kind of made Bray and Matt colder. I feel like I feel like you're not seeing the delete chance as much. They just feel a lot colder than they were a month ago.
And it's because the two unsung heroes, right? The two underdogs that are getting a chance, and you're rooting for them in a way, right?
And they've been a lot more entertaining.
They have been more entertaining.
Matt's not doing the stuff he did in TNA. I mean, he's just doing the mannerisms, but he's not doing any wacky, a lot of the really out there wacky stuff. Him and Bray are just kind of doing the same shtick. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the crazy part, right? They had the same thing happen with Shinsuke going to Mania. They have that awesome Hardys documentary on the network 2 weeks ago. And after that, man, if you didn't feel invested in these guys before, that documentary will do it. And they hype up hugely everything Matt did in TNA with the broken character, everything he's done within the WWE. And then what do we give him? He's a supporting role in the storyline that his team is the backseat to the B team.
Yeah, and there's some serious trials and tribulations with the drugs that they've, their addiction that they've overcome, both Hardy Boys. That's the best documentary. I have honestly, that's the best one that I've seen, the best that I've liked. And I like the Daniel Bryan one. I like the Shinsuke Nakamura one. And I like this one because I'm an addict, right? I'm recovered for 13 years now. So I can relate a lot more to that, to both of them. And the fact that WWE went there, I really liked and appreciated that because there's other addicts out there that are going to see that.
Yeah, I did like how they felt completely honest. They weren't trying to cover it up like their problems started outside of WWE, which a lot of times they like to do, like the Bruno doc. They try to make it sound like he was just upset with WWE because they were bringing entertainment. And no, he was upset with the steroid culture and all that stuff happening, but they didn't touch that at all. Whereas the Hardys, they went into all that. And
they video everything. The Hardys, what don't they videotape?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, you mentioned that one scene because this was before I saw it, and then I saw it, and I thought it was pretty amazing that they caught it.
Right.
Where they're talking about if they got their drugs on them, and you know, they're filming for something with WWE, and they're talking about. He said, "Do you bring your gimmicks with you?"
Yep.
And then Jeff's wife was like, "Hey, you know, we're being filmed."
Yeah. My wife, you know, similar. All of our wives have had to do this. Similar type covers for us, over, you know, maybe mine not to that level where I was WWE camera, but you know, family members or something like that, and talking in code because I was going through a withdrawal at the time or something.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So that's why I like that. I related a lot more to it. And again, there's addicts out there that are going to watch that and take something from that. That these two guys got through it. Why can't I?
Yeah. And to your point, Glenn, just showing 5 minutes of that would probably do Matt a lot more than what's going on right now.
1,000,000%. Absolutely. I would argue same with Nakamura's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, his was great. And then they turned him immediately after.
Well, Seth Rollins, he could have been a gigantic babyface a year earlier if they had just shown that one document. You know,
imagine.
Again. Yeah. But
it's weird. But I think Vince has that line, you know, between what's programming about the WWE versus WWE programming. And maybe it'll change. I think NXT has done a better job of blurring kayfabe and reality.
Yeah. You know, I like Bo Dallas with the Bray Wyatt impression he does. I think it's pretty funny, but they've been doing it every week to where now there's nothing new to it. You know, it's getting old.
Thought it was a repeat because you know how, guys, I told you I watch Raw once the second commercial has hit on Raw, then I start so I can fast forward through most commercial breaks on my DVR.
Yeah.
And that's how I always time it. So I was fast forwarding and almost passed right through that segment with Homeboy in the Beard again going, they're showing this from last week. I could probably pass through this. I was like, well, wait, I think it's a little bit different. And I rewound it. I was like, damn, they did the same damn thing again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mentioned on Twitter tonight, I was like, you could watch Raw every 3 weeks and you're pretty much caught up. You know, I missed it last week. I haven't gotten to watch last week's episode, but watching tonight, I felt like I didn't miss anything.
No.
Felt like the same as 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, something that was new tonight. That was
Curtis Axel beat
yes.
Hardy clean.
In case anyone
did you see that on Instagram today, guys? There was a post about all the singles stars that Curtis Axel has pinned.
Huh.
It was John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H, Matt Hardy, and two other pretty big names. And I was like, holy shit, he's beating a lot of actual World Babe talents that I don't remember.
It must be by count out and stuff because he never pinned Triple H. He beat him by count out.
It said it has wins over. Okay,
yeah. So I'm
that's
guessing
a hell of a list, though.
Yeah, they gave him that little push. Remember that summer?
Paul.
When he was put with Paul and he beat some big names, but it was always count out or DQ.
Shit, I can't say that.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a hell of a victory list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the B team might be victorious at Extreme Rules and win those titles, so we'll see. But yeah, Matt, like you said, it'll be a great 30 seconds, but where do you go with them from there? It's the same problem Rhino and Slater had. So something that was new tonight, they hyped it up all week. Bayley and Sasha Banks in therapy with Dr. Shelby. We could talk about all these segments at once. They certainly dragged them out for a bit of the show. Matt, did this invest you further in the feud? That now it's like
the weirdness, and the perversion of it all. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting this. I know you guys had predicted that it could be that they go when the semi-turn started. You guys said it could either go she's full heel or they're going to go to counseling. I don't know how you guys predicted that, but they're in counseling, and I like not knowing what will happen with the counseling sessions, right? So I kind of like that versus them being in the locker room with really bad acting and talking to each other and all that crap that they've always done. With Dr. Shelby, there's at least the outside chance of something unexpectedly making me laugh, maybe. So I kind of like that, I guess. I don't know. I just know I like Dr. Shelby a lot, and they managed to kind of F it up.
Yeah, I just think like, so I did watch the beatdown on YouTube when Bayley turned on, Bayley beat Sasha up last week, and I was like, that's cool. You finally, I mean, it's like 12 months too late, whatever, but it was a cool beatdown. Like, and then to just come right after that and send him to counseling, you had this cool moment, and then to just ruin that with counseling, it would have been like with Jericho and Owens when they did the Festival of Friendship, and then the next week they're like, "You guys are going to counseling." It's like, no, now you got the heat in that feud. Don't just don't just piss on it. Do something with it. And now it's back to where it was.
I don't know why they insist that we have the attention span to care for 2 years.
Yeah.
Between these two, like, it's really arrogant when you think about it, of how long they're making us wait for this, and not in a good way. I don't want to hear like Triple H a year from now go, well, remember that time we made you wait for that WrestleMania moment between the two girls? I told you it was going somewhere. Like he tried to do with Daniel Bryan when he won at Mania eventually, which was not in their plans.
Right.
Yeah.
Originally, like I don't want to hear that either, because that's not what's happening here. It's they're killing it, and I don't know why they think we're going to invest this long into those two. It's nothing against those two. We would have if they'd done this the right way from jump, which they just didn't do.
Yeah, I mean that before WrestleMania, wasn't it when Bayley threw Sasha into lockers and they had that fight in the locker room?
Yeah, and we were expecting something to happen. Yeah,
that seemed like that was it. That was the breakup, and here we are. Gosh, that was in March, and here we are in July.
Yeah. Oh, time just keeps marching on.
So this feud, I guess they're still not on opposite sides yet. They're still not completely feuding.
I have a theory about this, Matt. You talked last week that with Bayley, they should divorce her persona and character from the Bayley we know and love if she's turning heel. I think next week is the time to do it. Dr. Shelby or someone, puts her under hypnosis, some sort of experimental therapy, and then at Extreme Rules, Dark Bayley debuts.
Dark Bayley would be cool. It'd be something different. We don't know what that would consist of. I just know the fans reacted really positively to that beatdown.
Yeah.
That's why they should have left it at that.
Yeah.
You could have had Dark Bayley appear without the silly counseling. The counseling just takes the seriousness out of the
definitely.
So.
Yeah, but this isn't like Sami Zayn where they can just have her be like, well, I decided that being a good guy wasn't working out for me, so now I'm a bad guy. Like, they're not going to do that with Bayley. I think, if they could drop a coconut on her head like Gilligan's Island, they would, to explain the person.
No, this was done because of Sasha. Like, somebody made her go to this extreme. This wasn't just her waking up and not getting the push anymore, brother. So now she's going to turn heel like Sami did.
Yeah. So we shall see. But yeah, tonight, I mean, they're definitely invested in making a production out of this feud. And who knows? Hey, it could work. If in Extreme Rules they do it right, they could really set up a match there, or maybe they drag it out till SummerSlam.
I don't know. I think fans just groan anytime they start doing a promo in the ring, where you can hear the crowd. They just groan as soon as they feel this feud continuing. So I think we're past the point of it working.
Tonight's audience was pretty quiet. Did you guys notice that, by the way? Like, when Dolph was out there, the opening act of the show. Yeah. Like, there was a lot of dead space in between his words when he was talking on his way, walking to the ring, and he was walking and talking on the mic. Like, it was way too quiet.
Yeah, I thought they were good for some of the matches, though. Especially considering how much of this felt like a repeat.
But that felt fresh to me, though, that beginning with those four guys. Like, I could watch those four guys go. That's something that Roman could be a part of that I would want to watch.
Yeah, I actually have more about that when we get to it, but yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a second, including Authors of Pain on TV 2 weeks in a row. But first, want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this episode, Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave Club has everything you need to get ready in the bathroom, and they are much more than just razors. Dollar Shave Club delivers everything you need to look, feel, and smell your best. You name it: shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toothpaste, hair gel, and even a wipe that'll leave your tush feeling tingly clean. Which, go back to past Wrestling Inc. episodes. We've discussed the One Wipe Charlies in depth on this show because we are all huge fans of Dollar Shave Club, and especially, oh my God, their new products. They've got the Amber Lavender Body Cleanser. Love this stuff. It smells fantastic. Actually, this one, the Black Sage Pepper, has become my go-to shampoo. Just, it's terrific, and it's so much just better in terms of it's got a manly scent to it. It's not, I hate when I'm trying to find different things in the store and try it out, and it's like, it doesn't smell exactly what I want. I love with this. They've really nailed doing stuff for guys that smells good, keeps you looking good, smelling good, and most importantly, feeling at your absolute best. And of course, all their products are made with top shelf ingredients that won't break your budget. You'll feel the difference. Plus, shipping is free with your membership. Here's a great way to try a bunch of Dollar Shave Club's products. For just $5, you can get their Daily Essentials Starter Set. It comes with the Body Cleanser, the One Wipe Charlies, which are their amazing butt wipes, and yes, also their world-famous shave butter, plus their best razor, the 6-Blade Executive, and you'll keep the blades coming for just a few bucks a month more. Add in the shampoo and toothpaste, anything else you need. Again, this Sage and Black Pepper is my jam. Absolutely love it. Check it all out at dollarshaveclub.com/INC. That's dollarshaveclub.com/INC. And yeah, Dollar Shave Club. Love having them on the podcast. Much more than just razors now. They've got everything you need. dollarshaveclub.com/INC.
Good Lord. That's my jam?
It's my jam.
Dollar Shave Club, I apologize to you for that. I apologize for the 20 razors that just cost your business. It's my jam.
This is good stuff, though. I've been using, like I said, it's been about a year and a half now. I've been using it. I haven't used any other razors, and I actually have too many where I need to pause it because they last. I mean, the quality is great, and they last a long time.
That's me too. Same thing.
Yeah, but Matt, aren't you like Luke Cage though? You would think that it's even better.
Stack. Dude, yeah. I have a whole, like the water cup that you used for when you're brushing your teeth or rinse your mouth out with water when you're done brushing or whatever. Everyone has it like built into their sink in their bathroom, right? Mine is full of those razors, new ones. Because I take them out of the cardboard box slider and flip them all in there so I can take them and pop them on. But like I still have them from like months ago because those last forever.
It's fantastic. No, great quality products. Great stuff. dollarshaveclub.com/INC. Authors of Pain tonight with Titus Worldwide. So this feud's happening. What's that, Matt?
Oh, you're taking forever on the recap. Authors of Pain 1. There you go.
I wasn't bored, but it was a squash match. But I thought they looked good.
I like this. This is what it needed to be. It didn't need to be anything else. This is not a pay-per-view worthy match for those two specimens, in my opinion. I'm sure they might have one, on the pre-show or whatever. But them being in a storyline that gets to a pay-per-view, they're above that with these other two guys. No offense to them. Titus Worldwide.
Yeah.
So I was happy to see them pick up a win tonight.
Yeah, I just don't know where they're dominant, but not counting Dolph and Drew, they are the only dominant tag team there is.
This is everybody's problem, though, Raj. This is every single tag,
Right, but what I mean is at least like on SmackDown, you have the Usos or the New Day that you could build Authors of Pain to. You have no one on Raw.
So what do? Just not book the guys because they're idiots and they don't know how to book a tag team division?
No, I think you book them. I just feel like, I don't know if you move the Usos over or do something.
Yeah, because okay, that's a possibility.
Yeah. Because they just got no one. I mean, I'm not excited to see Hardy and Bray Wyatt against the Authors of Pain.
You want to know something? Jeff Hardy would be better served right now with his brother Matt. It's just the Hardy Boys headlining the tag team division as their champions and somebody going after them.
Yeah. Although last year they really ran that into the ground. What was it with Sheamus and Cesaro?
They didn't get a chance. He got hurt. What do you mean?
Oh, well, no. After WrestleMania with Matt and Jeff.
How long did they have the title? How long were they get it before he got hurt?
Oh, it was like through October, I think. So
yeah, it was a while.
Really?
Yeah, they had dropped it. Remember, they had that feud forever with Sheamus and Cesaro that would not end. And
that's all I remember was that feud.
Yeah, that was like a 5-month feud.
Okay.
So before we talk about the match of the night, I have to ask you this, Matt. Kevin Owens backstage looking for his car at the valet. Did they have valet parking when you were there?
No, hell no.
Nope. Just curious. Okay, so match of the night tonight: Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. So this is keeping it hot, man. We're gonna see Dolph versus Seth in a 30-minute Iron Man match at Extreme Rules. I mean, if that's not match of the night, definitely top three. Yes. But what'd you think of this tonight? Now, we did have the finish with the Revival getting in, interfering, and attacking Roman Reigns. But up until that point, Matt, what did you think of this match?
And that was a DQ.
Yeah, DQ.
It was a DQ, but it was a good storytelling for what needed to take place with the storyline between Bobby and Roman. That's their marquee storyline. So everybody else that is a bit player in that circumstance, that's just the way it is. But the action in that match, before all that, was great. I'd pay to watch those two teams wrestle every night.
Yeah, did you notice too when Drew tagged in and him and Roman were in the ring for the first time? There was like a buzz. There was like an electricity. Like fans were into it.
That's like that silent pop that you get in Japan when you hit a big power move on some like big show. If I were to F5 Big Show, they don't go and lose their shit. They go, whoa, like this quiet, like impressive reaction. That's the reaction those two guys got tonight, because people were like, oh shit, these are two stars in the ring right now. We're about to see these two collide. This is great.
Yeah, it felt like something special when they were in there. So I feel like, if they want, because I have the feeling fans are going to crap on the Lashley Reigns match, at
I think so too. Where is it at?
It's Pittsburgh, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
I think they will too. I think you're right.
Yeah, unless they turn Lashley full heel and they got basically a week to do it. I just don't see them cheering Lashley and booing Roman. I mean, it's possible if they do one, it's going to be them cheering Lashley. But
yeah,
I think Drew and Roman. I think there's something interesting there.
Absolutely, and
I gotta say this: Dolph seems like a way bigger star now than he did 2 weeks ago with this feud with Seth Rollins and with the title change and everything. I feel like it's helped him out. It's helped him out a little bit.
When you isolate him with Seth, yeah. When he's standing next to Drew, not so much.
Right? Yeah. You know who the star of the group is when they're standing together.
That dude's a stud.
Absolutely. So they set up Dash and Dawson, the Revival, against Roman with Bobby Lashley for later in the evening. Before that, Constable Corbin in the ring, demanding an apology from Finn Balor. This is the feud. Okay. We saw some variant of this in NXT. What do you think of this, Matt? For Finn?
I was giving him a chance tonight. Corbin, giving him a chance tonight. He's still feeling his way through this. I thought tonight, as bad as parts of that were, he's getting more comfortable with that persona and that version, that layer to his character that they're asking him to add to his onion, if you will, that next layer. Because let's be clear, this is not going to be his final character. This is what Vince does with big guys. He did it with me, my stuttering character, believe it or not. That was just supposed to be a layer that they throw on you when they go back to making you be the guy or their monster or their main event level-ish type of talent, like Big E's doing right now. It's just been really successful for him. Yeah. And they didn't expect it to be that successful, to make them well-rounded, all well-rounded. So, no, you can't get them off guard on the mic in a promo when John Cena tries to, pull your pants down and you're exposed like Roman Reigns was that one time verbally. That crap won't happen when you're well-rounded. That's what they're doing with him right now. And he felt like he looked a little bit more comfortable tonight. He's still doing the dumb thing that I hate more than anything, when he's talking trash to his opponent, Finn on the mic, and like he knocks Finn down, he like looks to the hard camera like Snickers, Hard camera didn't even pick it up, and he looks back to him. I'm like, you wouldn't do that in real life. So there's still elements where he's overly acting and still feeling himself, but I do like to watch these guys when they get thrown something like this curveball, to see how they do with it, sinking or swimming.
Yeah, I definitely didn't think it was bad. I actually thought Corbin was better than Finn here in a lot of ways, and
I do too.
And I think a lot of that was just the lame lines that they gave Finn. You know, when he was talking about his jacket or his vest.
Said that. You know what, Raj? I'm going to cut you off. I was thinking that when he said that line about TGI Fridays, I was like, okay, I promised I said to my wife, I'm going to go on the show tonight, and I'm going to say, WWE Creative, if you're watching this, stop writing jokes for your talent. Talent in WWE, if you're watching this, stop listening to the idiots on Creative giving you jokes. They're never funny, and it's your ass that's on the line, not theirs. Yeah. So you got all day to do what you ever got to do to politic your way to a different joke that you can think up on your own. You guys are all smart enough, creative enough to do it, and sell it back to them, or more importantly, go knock on the man's door and get his attention and talk to him about the promo like you want to cut, and this is why you should do it. And then see what happens then. They say no, they say no. But it's not going to kill you, because saying corny lines like TGI Friday Vest is killing someone like Finn.
Exactly. That's why I just felt like he came across as lame as soon as he said that. You almost want to see Baron Corbin kick his ass. You know? Yeah. And it sucks because Finn's such a likable. He's such a likable character.
We all want to be the guy.
Yeah. And this is what I always say when I'm talking about people turning heel to get revitalized. It's because WWE just has a bad time writing for baby faces. They just give them these bad jokes,
so
bad stories, and here's a perfect example of it.
But what about Roman Reigns? Looking like a douche. He's your baby face, mind you.
Right.
He was pulling Superman, telling Bobby Lashley, stay on the apron. I'm going to start the match. I'm gonna wrestle the match, and I'm gonna finish the match. Like, what a dick!
Right, and then he's mad that Lashley doesn't save him after all that.
Yeah.
Matt, I like that your imitation of Roman Reigns sounds like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. Like, his character. It's fantastic. Did we talk about this last Monday, or did Justin and I talk about it Wednesday? That Vince writes terrible baby faces because it's the one thing Vince can't relate to. Like Vince
that's not Vince. That's creative.
No, but I'm saying though, this idea that they get heels. WWE absolutely understands how to do heels, but with baby faces, it's almost accidental, like this weird real life circumstances where the right performer, the right personality, but it's not a character they gave them. So
well, I would beg this. I don't necessarily think they're good for writing heels either, because they're not getting heels heat. The heels are entertaining. That's who we end up always talking about, is the heels, on how Dolph, Drew, everybody, we're always talking about the heels, on how entertaining they were. You're not supposed to be entertaining as a heel in a perfect world. You're supposed to be a villain. We're supposed to hate you. And then by proxy, automatically start to like the other guy a little bit more because of it. That does not happen. So I'd argue they don't do a great job writing for heels.
I honestly, you know what? I love that what Tommaso Ciampa, is trying to do, and he's trying to be an old-fashioned heel. However, I do think when people boo him, they're having fun booing him. It's like kind of the mob.
Of course, they don't believe it's real, right?
Well, what I mean is, like, there are some heels that people legitimately hate them,
but then you don't have that
now.
Then people would call that X-Pac heat.
I'm talking about like Edge or Bully Ray in TNA. Guys that were really just total pricks that, Chris Jericho for a while, just people who were out, and the fans were really mad and hated them. And I don't think that the one guy fans really seem to hate is Roman. But that's about it. Like real hate. There's not really any heels that have that.
Yeah, well, it's different, and that's the thing. I think the fans feel in on it if they like what they're doing or respect the level they're taking it to.
Well, WWE, but part of that is kayfabe too, right? When you when you show the heels doing all this stuff and they're playing tug of war and doing all this fun stuff during WrestleMania week with all the fans, you don't have that. You don't have that. Yeah, I mean, they have like the NXT, the two sides playing tug of war for something.
Oh, Lord.
They do stuff like that all the time.
Well, but even back in the day, remember growing up like Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling when you saw like Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik and Rowdy Piper, all these guys being played as sort of good-natured.
But that's on a cartoon.
And by the way, they were like, okay, that was like the Hall of Justice versus what was the heel faction called on
Legion
Superman?
of Doom. Legion of
versus
Doom.
that. Like, they had their own place that they stayed in the hills on that cartoon.
Yeah.
Versus Hulk and his posse, JYD and Jimmy Snuka, all of them were in their own place.
Yeah, like if you showed Hulk and Andre when they had their feud, and then you showed them, you know, with all the other wrestlers just hanging out and being buddies, and you know, that would just take an element out of it that, you know.
And yeah, it's a different day and age. I get that for the people that are saying that, probably saying that right now.
Sure.
But still, you're right. They don't write for the heels to get actual heat anymore.
Yeah, but I remember Edge was really good at that. When he was with Lita, he was really good at getting that real heel heat where fans.
They also had that nice little element of realness with what he did to Matt Hardy.
Exactly. Yep. That added a lot to it.
Well, because I think if he sees you as potentially a likable heel, then you become like Stone Cold. You become an anti-hero, and he can make money off you. Whereas if you think fans are just going to boo you like Jinder, it's like, well, I'm going to use you to get the face over that.
Okay, there's an example of one who tries to do it, right? Jinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's worked. You know, it's definitely.
He's not doing anything funny or cool.
Well, now they're kind of doing a little more comedy with him, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But we saw Elias backstage tonight playing guitar, talking to Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan.
I didn't get this at all.
Yeah,
they have fooled Elias so much in a month.
This was bad acting, not on his part, on the girl's part. I did not get it.
This Riot Squad, them throwing stuff in the back, it's just so lame. It doesn't come across as they're punkish or, you know, what that element that they're trying to do. It just comes across as bad acting.
It was literally like the show. I could see the bullet points. Make sure I stick my tongue out right now. Oh wait, I didn't do it long enough. Hang on, let me stick out my blue tongue again. Like, it was that obvious. It was bad acting. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I like it even more because it brought our boy down.
Yeah. Were they hinting at something happening between Elias and Liv? Did I read something about that?
Yeah, it seemed like it. They mentioned it on commentary too. So, I don't know. It's an odd pairing.
Yeah. Led to the match, Ember Moon versus Liv Morgan. Moon won with the Eclipse. You know, it was what it was.
Ruby Riott suffered an injury.
Oh, yeah. She's out.
So, knee injury. She's going to get that checked out this week, but it's hopefully hope for the best. But I don't know.
Don't care about any bit of that act.
Yeah, I think the Riot Squad, they do nothing for me.
Yeah, and if Ruby's out, you know, it is likely over. Probably should be. So the Revival versus Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. And
the match was short. Ember picked up the win.
Yeah. The Eclipse.
Good win for her. Good win. She needed a win on TV.
And she looks good. She's been impressive.
Yep.
Totally. The Revival versus Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley, with Roman not tagging in Bobby.
See?
Yeah, that was the story. He refused to tag in Bobby, and Bobby wanted the tag. So yeah, that's it. That was the whole story of the match. And so finally, what happened at the end where they just started double teaming him, and so that was the DQ. So another DQ. So the three big matches, two were DQs, one was a count out.
I don't get why they had to be a DQ. Why couldn't they just give them the win? It made sense.
Yeah, just do it for a second week in a row. It's the same.
Oh wow, two guys beat them. It would have helped those guys out even more.
Yeah, and it doesn't. It doesn't just leave such a flat feeling like with the show.
And it should add more steam, technically, between Bobby and Roman. Roman got embarrassed now, you know, was it twice, right? Or was it Bobby that took the pin last time?
No, it was Roman. Bobby hasn't been pinned yet.
Okay, so there you go. So that's even more embarrassing for Roman to get his shoulders pinned to the mat twice by those guys. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Yeah, it would have been cool too if later Roman decides that he wants to tag Bobby and then Bobby just takes off, or do something like that. Because I feel like the way they did it, it just made Roman look totally bad.
Yeah, I don't blame Bobby.
Yeah. So Roman refuses to tag. Revival start beating him down. DQ. Bobby just walks off. It basically said he's had enough, and then Roman, after the beat down, is pissed at Bobby for not saving him, I guess, even though he refused to tag him the whole match. And he's your baby face.
Yeah, who's the face and who's the heel in this one?
Bobby's looking like he's going to be in the. They want him to be the heel.
Yeah.
It looks that way. We don't know, but that's what it felt like. I like Roman calling out Bobby's fake smile, though. I thought that was pretty good earlier on in the show because it is pretty bad. But Bobby's a natural heel, even though he's the nicest guy on the planet. He's the sweetest guy you'll ever meet. I swear to God, Bobby Lashley is. But as a heel, he feels himself more, as we've seen in TNA.
Yeah,
and I'd like to see him tap into that.
Yeah, I feel like the best run he's had as a singles.
Yes.
Well, I guess that's just his whole run has been a singles, but the best run he's had was TNA as a heel when he was a heel.
No question.
So Mojo Rowley versus No Way Jose tonight. This is still going.
Well, I like what they're doing with Mojo. You know,
he's intense. No, he's intense. It's good. I mean, I just feel like every time he gets a little momentum, they pull back. So look, as if they keep it going, But what do you think? This pre-show at Extreme Rules?
That would be something I would be semi-interested in watching if I'm not doing anything for the pre-show.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, because I like to see how he's evolving into this, and it gives me. He's a different person to me. He's completely different. He's nothing like that cornball bouncing around the ring like an idiot.
But is Jose gonna actually fight him back?
This is just me watching. It could be a broomstick he's wrestling against. I wouldn't care. I'm really into Mojo and wanting to see what he'd do with it.
I like intense Mojo.
Yeah, Mojo's doing good, but with this pay-per-view, one of the matches is automatically 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a pre-show match, if that.
Yeah, and they still don't have. I mean, Nakamura. Who knows if he'll be able to make it? If they were going to have him and Jeff Hardy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Why is he injured?
So you got 7. Yeah, that the dog bite. You got that. You heard about that, right?
Dog?
Yeah. All right, we'll get to that.
We'll talk about that after we wrap Raw. I think if Jose, I want to see Mojo have a real intense match. I like him with the beatdowns. I loved what he did last week with the cheeseburger yelling at him. But now I want like a real match.
Right. He's got to get through this. He's got to get through this feeder match first. He's still got to hit everything out of the park. Then hopefully they give him someone like that after this. Someone a little bit bigger, badder, stronger, more over. And then same type of intensity he's got to show against that person.
I'll bet $5 the next time he does a beatdown, Zack Ryder runs out and saves that person. And it just goes back to Mojo and Zack.
I hope not. No, God, I don't think they'd do that.
You don't think so?
No.
Who do you put Mojo in a feud with then?
You could do Bobby Roode.
That's true.
That would be interesting.
That would be good. Yeah.
I think Zack Ryder would be a step down.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Mickie James versus Nia Jax. Mickie James had Alexa Bliss out there with her. Nia Jax brought out Natalya. This is all building up to the Extreme Rules match that is going to be happening between Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss at Extreme Rules. This match tonight with Mickie, it was what it was.
Oh wait, we didn't talk about that bump that Mojo gave that one of the rosebuds.
Oh, it's a conga line, Raj.
Yeah, the guy in the conga line where he pounced him outside the ring and then threw him into that barricade. Man, that looked brutal.
He had it coming.
Hey, you sign up for a conga line, you know what you're getting.
That looked brutal. I thought it looked good. I thought it was good for Mojo.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Interview with Ronda Rousey. She's going to be sitting ringside at Extreme Rules.
Yay.
What about this match tonight, Matt, with Nia versus Mickie?
Nothing special for me. Just furthers the storyline along. Natty's got to be careful. At the end, when they were closing out and about to go to dark, she was making her heelish smile faces again. She's got to chill out on that. If she's putting herself over as a face, I didn't think she was a baby face at the very end of that.
Yeah,
I know it sounds stupid, but it's something small. But when she's sitting there with Nia Jax, they're supposed to be staring a hole through Alexa. Like they're making always like smirks and cocky faces, and I don't know. I don't always like seeing that from a baby face.
No, I agree with that. Raj, how about you? What are you thinking about all this?
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, that's really it. Exactly.
And that's like we were talking about this before, Matt. So you didn't last year. Your wife, how'd you put it? Your wife watched the first season of Glow, and you kind of begrudgingly watched along with it. You just thought it was okay. I mean, season 2, I watched it all last night. It was very weird to go from that to the women's storylines in WWE right now. Just night and day difference.
Well, it's an entire show about
I know, but even the cheesy storylines they're doing in the fictional 1985 Glow seemed more compelling and original and interesting than...
Well, a lot of that's because they had such diverse characters.
That's true. Yeah,
everybody
and with this,
different on that, in that company.
No, that's true.
It's just so many tag matches and them, you know, they're just, I don't know. It's just hard to carry. The whole Alexa Nia thing, it just feels like a retread. It's like it feels like it's been done and they're just already going back to it.
Yeah.
So I just don't care. I know Mickey got pinned. Who was it? Was it Natalya that pinned her?
Or
Nia.
Nia took advantage of a distraction and hit a Samoan drop on Mickey for the pin. After that, we had Kevin Owens backstage talking with Jinder Mahal. Jinder now is doing, what was he?
Meditating or breathing. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I know, but it has a new gimmick now. Because he talked before he's found peace. So I'm wondering now if this is going to evolve into...
It's just it's just a backstage. It's nothing. It's not even worth talking about.
Well,
they might go more with it. Remember when Sanjay Dutt did this in TNA when he was the guru?
Wait a minute. This is what he was brought back doing originally, though.
Yeah. Oh no, they tried it for a couple weeks and dropped it
when he first came back.
Yeah, but I think the other stuff played its course, so they're trying something different.
What other stuff? Being a villain that gets heat?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they've dropped that. Like,
I don't need to change anything. I don't need him juggling. I don't need him riding a freaking unicycle. I don't need him walking a tightrope.
Before it was the modern day
Mahal and being a dicky heel. That's all we need. That's entertaining.
Yeah, but they dropped the stuff with him.
This is where they get too goddamn creative and too cutesy.
Yeah, but they've definitely dropped his ripping on America. And
okay, that's fine. He doesn't need to do any of that. He just needs to be a dick.
Yeah. I kind of dug the modern day Maharaja with the elaborate entrance.
Maharaja.
You know? Yeah. You know, so now if it's Jinder Mahal the Guru.
Yeah, because he had great facials too, like as far as the scowl and everything.
Did. Yeah.
And now with the smile and Shanti, I don't know.
So Kevin Owens is the star of Monday Night Raw, in my opinion. I know we had a lot of Roman tonight, but notice with Kevin, they're doing more and more of this with his feud with Braun Strowman. We're getting these vignettes, the stuff with Kevin backstage. Even as a heel, they're making him
and just for people that would point out, like, they keep making Kevin look like a bitch. They keep making him look like a little wuss. Is what I kept reading. That's what I kept getting. Why are they making our boy look like a bitch? Because fans know I love Kevin Owens as a fan. I'm a fan of his. And I tried to explain that maybe it's right, but here's the thing. When Vince puts you on that much TV doing those backstage segments, you're his guy.
Yeah.
You're the guy they are featuring, whether it's good segments or not. That amount of segments that they put into it is telling that he's their top heel.
Yeah, it's a tough one because you do feel like at some point Kevin has to get something on Braun, so Braun wants some revenge. Not Braun is just destroying Kevin every week, and
right.
Kevin, because Kevin's got nothing on Braun, right? Has there been a single week where
I don't like him being scared of him either? I don't like that.
Yeah.
Just because he's supposed to be kill Owens, kill. What is it? Fight Owens, fight. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Where's that guy?
Fighter.
Where's that guy?
Even at Shania Twain, he was putting over Braun Strowman when she, I don't know if you saw the footage, but when she's like, oh, if you beat Braun Strowman, next time I'll come through, I'll play your song. And he was like, Shania, have you seen Braun Strowman? Like, even that saying, like, I don't know that, I can necessarily do that. So it's interesting the angle they're taking with KO with this. But that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins at Extreme Rules, or else, you can't just have him lose, get his ass kicked, and then lose at the pay-per-view, right?
I think they will.
That's what will happen, I think.
I mean, he's already beaten Kevin Owens so many times. Like, he's pinned him in tag matches on Raw. I agree. I think Owens was entertaining as hell in this.
I
thought. And one thing, Braun, they got to stop having him carrying that briefcase. It just makes him look not like a monster. The big green goofy briefcase. But that's a side note. But anyway, I think Braun destroys Kevin. Maybe they'll go 5 minutes, but that's where it's headed. They're overprotecting Braun. They're protecting Braun like no one I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. So Kevin Owens hid in a porta-john. Braun Strowman did his lady voice to suss out if KO was in there or not.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was good. And then when he realized KO was in there, dragged the porta-john into the arena, tipped it over, got the blue stuff all over KO, and yeah, it's a good bit. I wasn't quite Roman Reigns on the stretcher, but I don't know, Matt, for a bigger production.
No, that was good. No, that was good.
Yeah.
It was what it needed to be.
They switched him out, right? KO.
I would assume.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Or Vince was like, "No, we cannot fake this."
Well, I mean, so he was carrying the empty porta potty, and then when they were doing all the replays, somehow, because you would think the top of the arena could still see down there, or unless it was blocked off enough where they could, put Owens under. I don't know.
It seems like an incredibly unnecessary risk to put the talent.
But it wasn't a big drop either, and they've done bigger drops than that.
That's true.
But yeah, they had to have switched him out. I was just trying to figure out if they were completely out of view of the crowd. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure this story will come out, the behind the scenes. And Wrestling Inc. will have all the details. So that was Raw tonight. Do we even need a final thought on this episode? We got one more till Extreme Rules, which is feeling pretty darn inessential compared to Money in the Bank and SummerSlam.
No, but I'd give it a C+. It was better than last week's.
Okay.
I was going to give it a D, but Matt, you changed my mind on some stuff. I'll go D+.
Wow.
I thought the only thing I really liked on the show was the tag match, and then that had a crap ending. If that match had a finish, I think I would have liked it better. But
yeah,
absolutely. So Nakamura bit by a bomb sniffing dog last week in Bakersfield.
It was last Monday. They were doing a SmackDown Live event. And they said they were doing a routine pre-show security check in Bakersfield, California, at the arena, where they're doing a protective sweep of the arena. Yep. And it consisted of a canine team.
He goes into every room.
Yeah, looking for sniffing for bombs and.
Yeah. He goes to every room, goes to the locker room, goes to every bag, goes to every person if you're there. Smells you.
You've seen that before?
Yeah. After 9/11, everything changed.
Is it pretty common?
No, I only remember like a couple when I was in California. Ironically,
that's interesting. So, I guess Nakamura was working out, in some room in the building. The canine came in, and then for whatever reason bit Nakamura. Apparently, it was serious enough that Nakamura couldn't wrestle in the shows that they did just in Taiwan and Tokyo. And him against AJ in Tokyo was the big match. It sold out Sumo Hall pretty quickly, which they never do. So,
and this match didn't happen. They were in Japan.
Yeah, they just got back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was on crutches there.
Wow.
And he told the media there that he's out for 2 more weeks. So he said,
"Who did AJ face?"
Gosh, who did he end up facing? Here, let me take a look.
Joe? Samoa Joe? Maybe?
Hold on one second. I got it right here. Ooh. Yeah, they did a triple threat. So they did 2 shows in Tokyo. One was AJ facing Samoa Joe. Yep, he beat Samoa Joe. And then the other one was him beating Daniel Bryan and Samoa Joe. So
wow. No offense, Nakamura. I'd rather watch that 3-way.
Yeah.
I really would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks is what he said.
Wow.
We'll see.
Yeah, we shall. So some sad news this week. Matt Cappotelli passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt, I know he was on the season of Tough Enough after you.
He was in OVW with me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, great. People always say like how great a lot of these people are when they pass on, but like Matt, I don't know how to explain this, but I don't know about auras and believe in auras and all that crap, but like Matt Cappotelli had this, like, I swear to you, this white layer that went around him, like he was like an on earth like angel. I swear to you, this is like the best human being you'll ever encounter in your life. There's so many people he brought in to Christ, taught Christ about, that previously had no experience or any knowledge or needed it, forgot about it, you know. A great story would be what he did to help. You know, a lot of us became addicts, painkiller addicts, and Joey Mercury got bit by it too early on in his WWE run with Eminem, Joey Matthews, and Matt Cappotelli helped him out immensely. And that's just one story of bringing him into, you know, the church setting. It changed Joey's life completely around, so much so that WWE was able to, you know, bring him back, hire Joey back, as you see, as an agent. Joey's like one of the best agents they have for the record. You just don't hear about it much, about how intelligent Joey is. Super intelligent, super good guy, and a lot of that's Matt. Matt did that for like hundreds of different people, whether they were on drugs, whether they were sober, it didn't matter. He's just literally one of the best human beings you'll ever meet, like better than all of us combined. Like, I always thought he was too good for our business. Not to crap on wrestling, but I always thought, like, what is he doing in this? He's way too good for us, like, for us wrestlers. I always thought that.
Yeah, it's really sad. He was, I mean, he won tough enough on the 2003, I think. Him and John Morrison, they were co-winners. I remember at that time, everyone saw Cappotelli as the one that would go on to be a big star. He kind of had a Brian Pillman-ish look.
Yeah, he had a ton of charisma to him. He had a good flying Brian look to him. Yep.
Yeah.
He had that bit with Bob Holly, if you remember.
Yeah, and he was really cool about that thing with Bob Holly. He didn't complain. He was like, you know, a lot of people would have been upset with Bob Holly basically stiffed on him during, you know, during a training session.
And that's the other thing. Like, people, I wish they told more about that story. Matt played football, I want to say at Michigan State, or like a pretty big time university, Eastern Michigan maybe. Matt was a tough kid. So like, he got it, you know what I mean? I remember they showed him like crying about it and stuff. I'm like, that's MTV, you know? But like Matt, yeah, he's, again, my opinion, too good for our business.
Yeah.
Western Michigan University.
So he won the OVW Heavyweight Championship in August of 2005. I only got to hold it for 3 months when they found the tumor in his brain. And so he had to relinquish the title February of 2006. He had successful surgery that removed 90% in 2007. However, last year he announced that the tumor had returned and it was larger and more aggressive. Had an operation which was successful. However, the portion that was inoperable due to it being too close to his brainstem gave him severe complications. And he found out that he had grade 4, is it glioblastoma, which is the deadliest form of cancer, according to doctors. So,
when you have it in your brain, my dad passed of the same thing. It's very difficult to get in between the brain waves to pull all of it out usually. Like, my dad's was a softball, size of a softball.
Wow.
And they couldn't take it out without basically killing them. And that's what happens with brain tumors a lot of the time. You have to be very, very careful. Like, that was a miracle the first time around that they were able to pull out what they did. Like, that's not very common.
Yeah.
He's really a good example. And to those that didn't know Matt, they're probably, you know, not thinking much of this, you know, unfortunately, and they really should. I encourage all the fans to look up Matt online and see. Hopefully enough of the wrestlers have written stories about what he's personally done for them, because I cannot really illustrate enough. And I'm doing a horrible job of boning it right now, of explaining how important he was just as a human being doing God's work in a very, very perceived, at times, evil world of wrestling, dirty world of wrestling at times, backwards ass world of wrestling sometimes. And he never went astray, ever. His convictions were so impressive, man. I'm a Christian myself, and like, I'm not 1/1,000,000th of the man that man was, and I don't think any of us are. It was so impressive, this man, and his legacy is just something we'll always remember. That story I just told you about Joey Mercury, that's like one of like 30 I could tell you. That's going to live on with me in my memory forever, and every single one of our guys in OVW's memories forever, and his family's memories forever, and it's a real thing. So Matt more than did his share here on Earth. And that's what the name of the game is. We don't know how long we have here. This little thing of life is a bleep on the map is what it's supposed to be. This is a test. Once you pass the test, you're supposed to, my belief, you don't have to believe me, is that you get called to heaven is what the goal is. Once you've passed said test. And Matt passed it with a straight A pluses from the day he was born. He's really, really impressive human being.
And our condolences to his family and friends. Yeah, it's really, really sad.
Well, on that note, and that was beautifully put, Matt. I think you did a certainly better job of discussing at length his impact than any of us possibly could have.
Absolutely.
So on that note, let's wrap, guys. We will be back here Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern to talk about SmackDown Live here on the Wrestling Inc. podcast. So until next time, folks, take care, and we'll see you back here.